This video mainly covers the characteristics of living system. That means how do you differentiate between the living and the non-living things? What are the basic life processes which will help you to identify whether the particular object is living or non-living? So the first basic life process is metabolism. Metabolism is nothing but the sum total of all chemical reactions that takes place in our body. It may be catabolism or anabolism. Catabolism is nothing but breaking down of complex molecules into simpler one, and anabolism is nothing but joining of the simpler molecules to form a complex molecule, like building blocks. Okay, and hence catabolism example, if you take, when you take the carbohydrates or proteins inside you through the food, that complex molecule will be broken down by various enzymes in your body into the simpler substances, like proteins will be broken down into amino acids, and hence it will be consumed by your body. So anabolism is nothing but gathering of the simpler molecules. For example, amino acids will be gathered and hence protein will be formed, which will be essential for the building up of your muscles and joints, etc. So this is the first process, that is metabolism. So the second basic process is the responsiveness. Responsiveness is nothing but responding to any of the changes occurring either inside your body or outside your body. Suppose your body temperature suddenly decreases, that will show the response by your body to the internal changes. Okay, and hence any of the temperature of your body when it increases, that indicates something, your body is responding something. If you take like any bird is chirping, then your head automatically turns to that position to see the bird. So that is responding. Living things always respond to the stimuli. Okay, and hence everything inside us also respond to different ways. Like your nerve cells will respond by sending the impulse. Similarly, our muscle cell responds by contraction and relaxation. So this is the responsiveness process that will take place in a living organism. So the third process is movement. Movement is not only referred as moving from one place to the other place. Movement also takes place in a minute structure. If you see inside your cells, the organelles will be moving from one place to another. The osmosis pressure, movement of molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration, everything inside us also move to respond to the changes happening inside our body. So movement also plays a very important role to distinguish a living thing from a non-living. When a cell is injured, all the WBCs from their positions goes to the area where the injury has taken place in order to repair the tissues. So movement happens in the living organism. So the next process is growth. We all humans or the living organisms grow in size. It may be in the height, it may be in the weight. The living organisms always grow. If you take an example of your bones, they grow in the length, they grow in the width due to deposition of minerals. You can even say that the rocks, if you see the non-living thing, okay, rock is a non-living thing. So when the minerals get deposited on it, or you can say when the dust particles get deposited on it due to wind from several years, it will also grow in size. So growth is not considered as a perfect parameter to judge whether the organism or anything is living or non-living, but the growth happens in case of living organism. So the next basic process is differentiation. You know, differentiation is nothing but growing of specialized cells from the unspecialized cells. This specialized cells has its own functions and structure. For example, if you take the RBCs it may be, WBCs it may be, all are developing from the unspecialized cells present in the bone marrow. This unspecialized cells, we also say it as stem cells. These stem cells will divide itself and give rise to this new cells which will undergo differentiation further. The ovum will develop into the embryo will further develop into the infant will further develop into a child, and then finally to the adult. So this was an example of differentiation. So the next basic life process is the reproduction. All living organisms reproduce in order to get a new individual. Reproduction, it may be development of your cells or dividing of your cells to repair a particular injured area, or it may be like producing a completely new individual. This reproduction process in humans, it will happen throughout their life, and hence from one generation to the other generation. So, by this we can conclude that the factors such as growth, reproduction, responsiveness, metabolism, differentiation are all the factors which can decide whether a particular thing is living organism, or you can differentiate the living organism from that of the non-living organism. Thank you for watching the video.